I guess this world really is full of lies.
In the shinobi world, everything that happens in the dark will eventually come into light, and Kisame Hoshigaki is the dark truth-seeker in a world surrounded by mystery and deceit. Kisame Hoshigaki, wielder of Samehada, rogue ninja of the hidden mist, and partner to Itachi Uchiha, is constantly being used as an agent of darkness. Although he has incredible fighting abilities and stamina, his main value lies in his ability to withhold secrets and protect the truth.
Your mission is to defend our code, no matter what you have to do.
Kisame Hoshigaki is undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in the Naruto-verse, but he usually serves others with acts of infiltration and espionage. Unlike other free-spirited characters that are driven by their own ambition and personal vendettas, Kisame finds self-purpose through unwavering loyalty and devotion to a meaningful or revolutionary cause.
Not let any of the Cypher Corps fall into the hands of the enemy. Your mission is to defend our code, no matter what you have to do.
Kisame's philosophy revolves around the concepts of protection and self-sacrifice. He's willing to die to protect his intel and code, and believes any other devoted shinobi should abide by these same principles. We understand his nature by spending time with him during his tenure in the Cypher Corps Division and the Akatsuki. Even though we see his main usage as an instrument fulfilling someone else's plot, like Fubuki or Madara, he moves with a sense of urgency and devotion to the task at hand in order to see everything go in order to plan. In his earlier days in the Cypher Corps, Kisame was instructed by Fubuki that if push came to shove during the mission, he would be forced to kill his own comrades in order to prevent intel into getting into enemies' hands, which is exactly what he did when the situation called for it.
There are too many of them to protect.
We also see Kisame engage in a near-death battle with Guy Sensei, just in order to deliver a scroll with sensitive intel that he obtained while spying with Samehada and get that back to the Akatsuki. It's only then after we see his true devotion as a shinobi when he was willing to sacrifice his own life to his summoning sharks in order to prevent having his mind and secrets invaded by the Leaf's interrogation unit.
This could be our last chance. We need to get his intel.
His shinobi code is a solid testament that is shaped by his foundational values of truth and sacrifice, and that's what keeps him grounded in a world full of instability and mystery.
Project Tsukinome. It will be a true world free of lies.
Madara Uchiha's ultimate end goal was to complete Eye of the Moon Plan, or Project Tsukinome. This plan intended to plant infinite Tsukinome on the moon in order to trap the shinobi world and force everyone into an eternal dream.
The scale of this jutsu, an entire world of dreams, is achieved by using the moon instead of our eyes.
Kisame kept an extremely positive outlook on the Eye of the Moon Plan because of the concept of a world free of lies. The shinobi world he lives in is full of liars and backstabbers, and that is his motivation for wanting to see Tobi's world of truth come into fruition. We see a heightened sense of self-questioning and moral outlook from Kisame when he learns that his leader, Fubuki, was selling the same intel to other villages that he ordered Kisame to protect with his comrade's life. It's this point of self-realization that Kisame questions who he is as a person and what really a shinobi is. If the leaders he abides by are all dishonest, is he and everyone else living a true lie? These were the perfect conditions for Tobi to swoop in and present his dream world to Kisame and ask for help in its creation.
Serious.
Yes, that is my goal. Project Tsukinome. It will be a true world free of lies.
While other members of the Akatsuki were motivated by aspects of greed, art, or religion, Kisame was genuinely interested in the project itself, most likely because he could create his own version of the shinobi world that's based on his own principles of honesty and humility. Unlike some other members who were unaware or manipulated in his service, Kisame knowingly bought into the idea of Project Tsukinome and was very eager to see its creation fulfilled.
You're just a thug who got lost in the mist and ended up here.
One of the biggest influences on Kisame is undoubtedly Itachi Uchiha. Kisame and Itachi share very many similarities in terms of the position that they were thrusted into. Both had to kill comrades in order to protect secrets. Both branded as international criminals, while the ones who orchestrated these deeds behind the scenes go unnoticed. Both heavily misunderstood by the ones around them. However, at the same time, the principle and symbolism surrounding them are at odds with one another. Kisame is a water sign where Itachi is fire. Crows in the air are contrasting to aquatic sharks. Followed by their personalities they abide by, Kisame has a sort of openness and honesty about the misdeeds he commits, thinking that those actions are what define him as a man. Itachi has always been closed off and believes a person's true character isn't decided until the moment of their death.
No matter who you are, you do not truly know what kind of man you've become until you reach the very end.
This is a concept that Kisame abides by and understands at the moment of his own death. Rather than let Abba invade his mind and get intel on the Akatsuki, Kisame would rather commit suicide than sell out his own comrades. It wasn't until the moment of his death, Kisame finally understood who he really was, and it took Itachi to make him realize this.
To eat shark, all the others are just food to be eaten.
Kisame established himself as one of the best water style users. He has a wide array of water style jutsu at his disposal, with his signature technique being water shark bomb jutsu. His sharks are versatile in usage, providing support on the battlefield, assisting with collecting intel, and contributing with close escapes. They're a huge part of his arsenal. Kisame also adapts a shark primitive nature in terms of cannibalistic practices. He relates his own experiences of killing his comrades to sharks being forced to eat one another to survive. He's fixated on this dog-eat-dog or shark-eat-shark worldly conception and believes in stepping over one another to get where you have to go.
To eat shark, all the others are just food to be eaten. Start